Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the channel and thank you for tuning in today for episode 21 of Mare Nostrum. I am the Godless Gamer. Today's episode is a little special. This beginning screen does have a theme. Uh, I didn't do anything behind the scenes. I didn't play because I'm a little concerned that if I continue to play, somebody's gonna die. And one of my companions, Bjorn, I'm talking to you. This is your screen. This is your starting screen. I'm going to do something a little special for you today, at least for the beginning part of the episode, because we literally just ended that war with the Aserai last episode, and since I haven't done anything, we have to wait 21 days for the truce to end if we even want to fight a war against the Aserai again. I most likely will, but let's spend that 21 days. I initially intended to just do some recruiting on my own, just to recuperate the losses that we incurred in the war, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I was going to do it myself manually with this army all gathered together, and just go from village to village and town to town, just upping everybody's party size, doing it that way, but I'm not going to do it that way. Sorry, I always have to do that now. Instead, what I'm going to do here, in honor of Bjorn, who's getting pretty old, let's check your age again. You're in your 70s. We knew you were in your 70s last episode. You're 72. So since I'm a little bit worried about you dying soon, you're the one companion that's kind of inconvenient to get more soldiers, because when you die, I'm gonna create the next character, but I want to do it in a fun way, in like a role-playing way. So I'm just gonna bounce over to Artisia. We have the 21-day truce with the Aserai. Hopefully nobody else declares war on me. We'll head to Artisia. I'm gonna disband this army and we're gonna go on a quest. Okay. I heard um I heard from Odin. The Norse pantheon got in touch with the Roman pantheon, because the Roman gods are my pantheon. So Odin sent a message, he passed a note to Jupiter, and then Jupiter passed a note to Mars, because Mars is my patron god of the Roman pantheon. So Jupiter passed a note to Mars, and then Mars spoke to me in a dream and told me that Jupiter told him that Odin told him that Bjorn has been given a special place in Valhalla. Odin has been watching. Odin's been watching my war against the Aserai. He's noticed Bjorn commanding infantry valiantly, and Bjorn has earned his place in Valhalla. So we need to go on a quest here. We need to do a favor for Bjorn in honor of Bjorn. We need to travel to Norse territory, because Odin has told us that not only has Bjorn been welcomed into Valhalla, but apparently Bjorn has a son. Bjorn has a son out there that he didn't know he had, and we have to go and find him. And Odin has told us that the only way to distinguish, in the only way that we can identify Bjorn's son, is by going to Iceland. I have to go to Iceland. I have to hire. He will make himself known through battle. So we have to go to Iceland and hire a bunch of Norse soldiers, and we have to put them to the test. Odin requires lives for his armies or whatever. However the Norse pantheon works. Whatever. He just wants more lives in Valhalla. And we want to identify Bjorn's son, because he's destined for great things. So while we wait for this truce with the Aserai to end, and I can also help fill my army up and get some more recruits and do what I wanted to do, so we're just going to do it in an interesting way. And we're actually going to set sail. I was thinking about maybe doing like a roleplay thing where Heimdall has opened the Rainbow Road, and then I could just I could just enable cheat mode, and then I could take the Rainbow Road, so to speak, and then we could just teleport there. But where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? We need to get on our ships that have been gathering barnacles on the bottom of their hulls. They've just been rotting and they're leaking at the seams. We need to get our ship seaworthy again. So let's set sail and let's go on a journey for Bjorn. And then hopefully you don't die. Now, I'm doing this specially for Bjorn because let's just say one of my other companions die. Like, I have other companions that are also very old, like Tyler. Tyler is also in his 70s, but Tyler is finding his son is not going to be hard because I'm an Empire faction, and all the troops in my army are basically Imperial, so I could just create Tyler's son from the troops that I already have. Bjorn is the special case, so let's go. Let's go do this. I don't need to explain much else because this is the same exact point that we ended our last episode, so let's just go. We're gonna head over to Artisia first, though. So, Bjorn, don't say I never thought of you or didn't think of you. I never made you a commander. Well, you were always in my party, man. You were always with me. You didn't. You weren't like T-Nex, who just wanted to get the hell out of my party as quickly as possible and command his own army. I mean, respect, but Bjorn, you've been with me. You're one of my originals. We won't be sailing with this huge, massive fleet. We're just going to disband. And since we're in Imperial territory, when I disband the army, they can go off and re-recruit their parties with Imperial soldiers, ideally. So be on your way. I have a quest to go on. And I should have available party. That doesn't seem right. I'm not complaining, but I don't think that's actually what my party size is. It can't be. No, my actual party size, land troop capacity, 396. It says 507, but I'm ignoring that. I knew that sounded wrong. So yeah, that's plenty. That's like 70 slots for more soldiers. So I can even get some more Imperial soldiers. Let's grab some more Imperials too before we set sail. Before I leave my lands. And what's really cool is that we're going to be traveling around a lot faster. And now that we're not members of an army, we can enjoy some music that we haven't heard forever. Now, I might make this a slightly longer episode since I'm taking time to go do this. But I'm also doing things that I would have done behind the scenes too, so you're also getting that, which is why it might be a little longer. A courier for the marriage of Publius the Younger, who is what I've named. She's his age, that's what's the most attractive thing here. That's what I'm getting caught up on. That's why I just kind of sat in silence there. She doesn't have any intelligent skills. She would be like a mediocre warrior. She doesn't have any riding skill. She's not completely hideous like most women are in this game. I like her gray eyes, but I think I can do better, and I think I want to manually find a wife for my son, who is getting towards the age where I am going to want to get him married. We're getting there. We're getting there. But it's going to take me going on an actual, wife hunt for him. And I'm just not prepared to do that right now. Like, that involves me going into the encyclopedia and looking at all the families and seeing all the available women and checking all their ages and all that stuff. I'm not doing that right now. I have a quest to go on. The quest for the Holy Grail. And you guys can stay with me. Like, I probably would have cut it out, but let's enjoy the sailing. Maybe we can get involved in a naval battle if we come across some pirates that look at me the wrong way. They didn't look at me the wrong way. They're just the first ones we came across. Alright, they know what's good for them. They're staying out of my way. So look how much faster we travel now. What are my ships? It's still the same ones. We have the 3 heavies. Oh, is it? Is that this? I thought I only had 2 heavies. No, we have Bjorn's ship, we have my ship, and then we have the Dromechion that I forgot to rename from Chungus. T-Nex recommended a name, and I just forgot to do it. Because Faber still hasn't gotten back to me. I haven't heard from Faber in a while. Declaring war on the Botanians. This is being brought to my attention. Because I have vassals now, so other people are proposing things. I have a ton of influence, so if I have to shoot this down, I can shoot it down for 180 influence. Alright, these people are chomping at the bit to get involved in some wars, and if I wasn't on this quest, I maybe might consider it. No offense, Llewellyn or Arthur, it's not that I hate your people, but wars are where money is made. I'm gonna oppose it. Out of respect for Llewellyn and Arthur, and because I'm not there. I'm not there to fight them. I guess all of these ships are going in the same direction. Where's everybody going? Galand to Diathma. Here's a Nordic trader. We should get some medieval Total War music. We're in Vlandian waters. And then I believe you get medieval Total War music when you're in Nord territory, too. I'm just stopping off, letting my men go to the bar, rest up. We can wait till morning. And let's just check our food supplies and stuff. And I might have loot left over from last episode that I need to offload. So let's do that too. Alright, there goes most of my loot. Let's get some variety. I'm just hauling around a bunch of the same kind of food. So let's get some variety in here. And then maybe I want some horses. 17 saddle horses? I'll take them. And let's give the men some variety. We're on an adventure. We're gallivanting. Yay! It's only gonna last for a few seconds, but let's enjoy it. I haven't played Medieval 2 in so long. It's still my favorite Total War game. And I'm very, very cautious about Medieval 3. I want to get excited, but this is Creative Assembly that we're talking about here. So while we're at sea, Jake Hav is learning things. He's my quartermaster, so this is important. Prisoners in your party provide... There's some alliteration. Prisoners in your party provide carry capacity as if they are standard troops. Minus 25% wages and upgrade costs of the mercenary troop. I don't hire mercenary troops ever. Alright, so this one. Forced labor. I like how the picture is a whip. So whip the men into shape, Jake Hav. Yeah, that little jingle, we only lasted a few seconds. Sea Raiders. Maybe we can fight pirates and stuff on the way back, because I don't have to. That would just be for pleasure. That would be for sport. And the longer I, take doing other things, the closer and closer some of us are getting to death, so I should really get a move on. We have 7 different kinds of variety, which keeps the morale high in my party. Since we're out on the sea, people are starting to level up their mariner skills. I don't know if I'm going to ever make you a party leader, Ari. I wasn't able to... I didn't get any more vassals between the episodes, because there was no between the episodes, so I didn't get any more vassals. It's just that I might have to start getting some Aserai vassals, like maybe just one, because some of these castles are available, and I can't really build things in the castles of other cultures, because if I'm building things in Aserai culture settlements, the loyalty is going to get really low. But if I have an Aserai governing it, he or she can keep the loyalty high while I'm building things there. Okay, so we're arriving. We've been on a long journey. I wasn't paying attention to how many days have gone by. What was that, like several weeks, or like a week or so? But we've arrived in foreign territory. The farthest that these men in my army or in my party have ever been. And while I am here, let me just manage my my fleet. We have to rename Chungus to Wavebreaker, which is what T-Nex recommended. T-Nex, this will stay this name until Vapor chimes in, because this is still his ship. But I appreciate your contribution to the story. So Wavebreaker's our new ship. I just want to check, because I've been to so many places in the world and we wanted to get the better ores, and here they are. I remember that somebody told me that the ores that we've always wanted to get, the ones that improve travel speed by 2%, they're all the way up in Nord territory. So we're here. So while we're here, let's upgrade all these ores of all of my ships. Or maybe not all of my ships. What? Am I looking at the right thing? Oh no, I'm not even looking at the right thing. There is no ore upgrade for these ships. Okay, so never mind. So none of these are getting it. But the trade ships can. Maybe the Tremechion can? Nope, the Tremechion doesn't have any ores either. So the heavy ships don't get those kinds of upgrades. I mean, I like that. I like that the different ships have different strengths and different upgrade types and stuff. This looks like a pretty cool city. I might want to take a look inside. It's fully upgraded. It's got tier 3. Yes, and we are getting Medieval 2 Total War music while we're in Nordic territory. Alright, I'm good. I'm happy with that. Let's take a walk. Look, this is a different episode. We're getting out of just the battle after battle after battle after war, and even though those are fun, and I admit the action is fun, we need to, step away from things, and we need to immerse ourselves in the world. So we're finally arrived. I was getting a little concerned there. It took a while to load up. Oh, hey, look at that. Bjorn, you're with me. I didn't intend that, but I guess this is your land, so that's awesome. I like that. You're old, you're getting old, you've got gout. Oh no, there you go. You're building up some steam. But we're searching for your son. And we can listen to some medieval music while we explore. Is that your son? He looks pretty strong. So Bjorn, I'll just use this time while we're walking around. I think I'm gonna make your son out of the same soldier that maybe this is your son right here. He's got a cool scar on his face. It's like he got scratched by a Wolverine or something. Welcome to Hjalvik. I think you'll find that these are good, law-abiding folk, for the most part. But I think I'm gonna make your son out of another scalp rester. If that's okay with you, but it might not be okay with you, but you can always just tell me in the comments. For now, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just make another scalp rester. I'm just gonna walk towards the castle. Definitely gives me Skyrim. Skyrim vibes. I do not envy old people who live in this city. Like, if you have to go to the castle and, you know, express your grievances to the Lord, imagine this would be hell. This would be murder on your knees. Like, it's not even a paved road. It's just a dirt road. I'm starting to miss the luxuries of Roman life. The Romans would have taken care of this. There would have been a grand staircase up to the castle. Sorry, I'm not... Sorry, Bjorn. I will not talk ill of your people in your presence. So I'll be completely honest. I don't think I've ever, even during this entire campaign, never have seen the level 3 walls for Nordic settlements. They're different. I mean, they're just stone. They're just aesthetically different. They don't function any differently, but it has its own charm to it. I like it. I want to go up on the ramparts. It's a very pretty settlement. I like that. It's a port settlement. I like the design of the Merlons. I like the Merlons. And the Merlons have to be taller than a human person, because if they're any shorter than a human person, then they're just aesthetic Merlons. They're not real Merlons. They're not legit. Alright. Just wanted to indulge. Is that an Imperial? There's an Imperial... And maybe that's one of my... Maybe that's one of my men. He's just on leave from the ship like the rest of us. So since the level 3 walls, that means that the keep and the throne room are fully leveled up. So I'm curious to see what it's going to look like. And then I promise, guys, we'll just recruit troops and we'll get back to playing the game. But I mean, the developers put in a lot of work. I respect they put in a lot of work, you know, giving the game some realism and some depth. You know, it's not just... You're not just on the campaign map where everything's just text. Like, I can actually go inside the cities. The cities are real. I'm just walking towards the throne. Not a very talkative people. The city's very, very quiet. That's cool. I like that little structure, but is it all by itself, or is it connected to the city in any way? Or the castle in any way? No, it's just a defensive tower, I guess? I like these motifs, or these, whatever you want to call it. Oh, here's an example of something that I just touched on in our previous episode. I mentioned, or maybe it was the one before that, where I was talking about hoardings. And these are pretty much hoardings on top of the castle, or on top of the keep. And those are matriculations, even though they're not functional matriculations, because there's no gaps for anybody to drop anything. But if you wanted to, yeah, they would be very suitable matriculations. So some hoardings, I like that. Hey, look at your belly, you're getting... you're getting obese, Bjorn. Even though you're just constantly working out, because you're always in battle. We're 25 minutes into this episode. Wow, I like it. A nice big open hearth. It reminds me of, wherever the Fighters Guild is, or the Companions of, in, Whiterun. Your Vasker? I think that's what it's called, your Vasker. Very cool. Okay, that's enough of that. We just need to gather up as many recruits. And one of them needs to distinguish themselves. So Skjald Breaster, as we upgrade these guys, I need to go to Warrior, Axe Warrior, Marauder, Skjald Breaster. If your son was a Nord Sky God's chosen, it would kind of work into the roleplay where Odin has chosen your son for greatness. But Skjald Breaster. We need to grab enough of them because I don't want to have to come back here. Not that I don't want to have to come back here. It's a very beautiful country, Bjorn. It's a very beautiful country. Oh! Tyler just died. Hold on. Like, I want to do some kind of ceremony. I want to do something for Tyler. I love you, Tyler. Oh, hold on. What role were you filling in my party? You were my engineer. Tyler, I created you out of a, Actually, I forgot what I created you out of. Damn, I need a temporary engineer. Ari, you are not filling any role in my party right now. Congratulations. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Congratulations, Ari, you're now my engineer. You were not filling any other role, so now you have a role in my party. But Tyler, it was either Tyler or Bjorn. Tyler or Bjorn. So we lost Tyler. I'm sorry. If you're listening, Tyler, we will replace you as soon as I get back. Or I have to remember what I created you from. I think it was a crossbowman. Wasn't a crossbowman Imperial crossbowman? Pretty sure that's what it was. I think I'm just gonna fill up the rest of my my army with Nords. Might as well. So the first to fall, Tyler, and he was not the first. Was not the first companion that I created. She's blue. The Sturgians keep offering me marriages, and they're all appropriate. Like, the women are appropriately aged. My son can marry a ginger. Kissed by fire. She's impulsive. She was okay, but... That's just another thing I have to do when I get back. That's another one of my responsibilities. Nope, they're going down the wrong way. Marauder, there we go. I'm just hitting all the villages before we hit Hjalvik. Because once we go to Hjalvik, that's when we're returning home. Another... No! Stop bothering me. I'm on a quest. Mengus, that's the new ruler of the Batanians. Caladog died a long time ago. So among these men that I've recruited, somewhere is your son, Bjorn. It's time to return home. We've completed our quest. I don't need to trade anything. Our food is... Oh no, we are running a little low on food, I guess. This is a fishing settlement, so there's plenty of fish here. Let's just clean them out. My presence in any city or whatever that I'm in should be a boon to that city. So when I show up, people benefit. The settlement gets paid, they sell their wares, gets a little bit richer. But now it's time to be off. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... As we travel here, I'm going to be a little unorthodox here. I need to... I was going to say I could look up what Tyler was, but it would involve me searching through comment sections, and I'm not going to do that right now. I'm pretty sure Tyler was a crossbowman. Now, all of your gear went with you. So all the gear that I had gotten you, Tyler, all of that gear is gone. The same's going to happen with Bjorn. I'm not going to take the drastic measure of, like, stripping you of all your belongings, Bjorn, before you... before you die. Because that would be mean. You're supposed to be dying in battle. You're supposed to die in battle. They'll outrun me anyway. They'll be able to outsail me, even if I wanted to engage some pirates just for fun. But the water's getting warmer. I could smell... I'm starting to smell the olive trees, and we should be smelling olive trees because this is all olive country here. A familiar Roman smell. So you know what, Tyler, we'll have to do without you for now, and I don't mean that in a mean way, but I want to properly recreate your character, or create your son, as it were. And I want to do it properly. I want to make sure that I know, like, Bjorn was a Scalebreaster, and I remember that, because he was a very unique guy, but you're one of my Imperials, so I just forgot, because I have so many Imperial companions, and not all of you were the same thing. So our non-aggression pact with the Sturgians is over. I could switch it with an alliance. They're fighting the Britannians, so maybe the next time... And they're also allied with the Vlandians, so we kind of have a triple alliance going on here. I've been fostering good relations with the Vlandians and the Sturgians this whole time, and they seem to be fostering good relations with each other as well, so it seems like a very natural kind of alliance for to get the Sturgians. It's just that the only downside to having another alliance is that we run the risk of getting pulled into a war, but we haven't had an issue. I'm doing it. That's 2 alliances now. So if the Vlandians do what they've been doing and they abandon or dissolve the alliance, now we have a backup one. Let's see if we can get any non-aggression pacts or anything. A trade agreement with the Vlandians, yes. The Aserai are paying us tribute. We haven't had to deal with the Khuzaites in a long time. Or ever, basically. So that's all the diplomacy I can do right now. And that's okay, because I don't want to be spending all of my influence, even though I have it. But now that we're back, all of my parties should be back up to full strength, at least for the most part. And we can check to see how many... I should have checked that before. Our non-aggression, our truce with the Aserai is over. The Aserai are fighting the Southern Empire. Sure. This is the third war. We're going to be passing up the tribute that the Aserai are giving us, but they're not giving us that much. It's really not that much. I have almost 5 million gold. I don't really care about that tribute, but that tribute also goes to my vassals. My vassals benefit from that tribute, but there's no support against doing this war. Let's do it. It's only natural. We had our breathing room, we had our breathing space, and we accomplished what we want to accomplish, or what we wanted to accomplish. There's no opposition against declaring the war, so let's declare the war. And let's find Bjorn's son. Do you want to resolve call the do we want to call the Sturgians? No. Do we want to call the Valandians? No. The Aserai are already fighting the Southern Empire, so we should be good. Oh, I have to physically resolve it. No. I don't want the Valandians taking the glory. I want all the glory. The Sturgians are too far away to really be helpful. Maybe if we were fighting the war against the Batanians, then I would call the Sturgians in, because the Sturgians are pretty close to them. The Sturgians are on their border, so they'd be a helpful ally. So half of my parties are down here, half of them are right here. Everybody's kind of close, so let's just go to Quyaz. Oh no, let's go to Imperial territory first. I want a few more Imperials. I don't want to keep putting Aserai into my army. Now that we're gathering an army together, which is going to be in a minute, let's just top off on... Let's get some more extra food, so we don't have to worry about it later. I'm running low on space, but I'm noticing that my party size is increasing slowly. We're over 400 now. Hold on, let me see. I need infantry more than I need anything else, but you know what? Let's get our archers up to 100. That's this phase right here, so we'll create all those archers. And we want to create the Nord Hunters, or Nord Warriors. You want to keep the 50-50 spread with the Legionaries and Nautes. Let's sort by tier, just to make this easier. We have more Nautes than Legionaries, so we want to make more Legionaries. And then I'll ignore those archer troops that I could recruit. I don't know how many. I'm sorry. I'm jumbling around. 6 more. Perfect. That's the exact amount. And then we'll take the rest. -1. We're up to full strength. Let's summon everybody together. Let's enjoy the music while we can hear it. Yeah, everybody's basically up to full strength. So they spent their time wisely while I was away. Now, I'm guessing since Ukba Castle is the closest to their domain, that's what they're going to go for first. Could attack a convoy. Now that I'm joining up with my army, we're going to be traveling too slowly to catch them. It's not worth it. Let's see our navy when it's completely gathered. I still have to give some of my parties some more ships. Like T-Nex, he used to have more than just one. But I didn't go on a ship buying spree. Let's just... Some of my other parties are still getting a few more recruits. Don't need to manage the town. Let's leave. Morale boost when we ram. Speed on campaign map when against the winds. Tempted to sing the Bob Seger song, but I'm not going to. Minus duration of disorganized state while at sea. So these are all just sea... have to do with the sea. Plus 20% to sail forces in missions. I don't know what that means. The forces acting upon the sails, that's how I'm interpreting what that meant. So they're attacking the village of Ukba. Now, this might be enough to take Sinala, so maybe we could take Sinala. The last time we saw it, it had 1,400, basically. 1,400 defenders. And I said a few times last episode, if we had the amount of troops that we had to start the episode with, which was 1,500 at the time, I would be willing to attack Sinala. And we have more this time. We have 1,600. They might be distracted fighting the Southern Empire. I think they might be up here. See? Here's the Southern Empire settlement getting sieged. So we might be very lucky. This is probably the best time to declare this war. They might have some armies in the field, but armies like this. Like, not huge ones. I could be wrong. But we haven't really seen anything. We haven't come across much opposition. So maybe your son will distinguish himself in this battle, Bjorn. Actually, maybe not, because this is just one battle, and I need to rank them up to Skjalbrestur. 1367. I would take a... If we win, I think we would. I think we would win. Depending on how trained up a lot of the soldiers are in all of these parties. But I think we would win. Most of them are militia, but 600 garrison, that's... Look, I'm trying not to underestimate these, because it's level 3 walls, too. I don't want to underestimate the Aserai. Could I have maybe recruited some more? Let's try. Alwith got 2 recruits. Yeah, I think this is probably as good as it's going to get. A trade agreement with the Southern Empire? We have no diplomatic agreements with them, so sure. We're about the same strength as the Southern Empire. They have more towns and castles and stuff, but what that number just said, relative strength. It'll take me a long time. We started the sieges at the exact same time. See, the downside is if I take Sinala, if we just ignore the siege of Tubilis Castle, they will definitely take it, because I'm willing to bet they're going to take it. So we would lose Tubilis Castle, but we'd be trading it for Sinala, which is the better prize. But I can't even guarantee that I'm going to win this battle. I know I sound a little pessimistic here, but I'm just being realist. I'm just being realistic. But even if we do survive and we win, we're going to have a very much smaller army. We can come back. I'm more willing. I think we can do better in whatever this army, because we won't lose as many troops fighting whatever this army is. So we're stepping away from Sinala. I wish I had seen that army earlier. If I had seen that army earlier, I would have taken it out and then gone for Sinala, but it's probably going to be pretty strong. I had a decent-sized garrison in Tubilis Castle, so maybe it could defend itself for a while. The enemy army is on the horizon. I did as much recruiting on the way here as I could. They're in the process of sieging, but they're getting pretty close. I'm cutting in close here. They might be able to take it before I'm able to show up. Increase Fanab Hearth by 20. Yeah, that helps my village. I'll do that. 124. We're cutting against close. They might win. Come on, come on, come on. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Please. We did it. And we got that by the skin of our teeth. There was only 63 defenders left. I think I made the right choice here, abandoning the siege of Sinala. But they took a lot of losses in the process of doing this, so that's going to make it easier for us. We outnumber them by 600 men. The balance of power is in our favor, so this will be a battle that we can use to rank up our Nords. Hopefully our Nord soldiers rank up after this. I probably could have upgraded a few of them while we were getting over here. 186 cavalry. This might be a good spot to just hunker down. Secure flank, for the most part. They could get through this little path, but I could see it coming from a mile away, and they won't be able to get all their dudes in. So yeah, it's a pretty secure flank. It's got some elevation to it. But this is all assuming that they're going to attack us. And let's stretch our line as much as we can. 36 horse archers. Or horse cav, as I've come to call them. I do believe they will engage us.
Boom! Soldier mounted on boots! Get moving! You heard it! Now move! Warriors! All soldiers! Attack!
I'm going to tell my horse archers to engage their cavalry over there. Or let's join up our heavy cav and our horse archers just to kill these two formations right here. They're approaching with their infantry and shield wall formation. Oh, no, they're not.
Mounted archers! Warriors! Cut them down!
Let my cavalry do their thing. As long as they don't engage this infantry formation, I want them attacking the cavalry and the horse archers. Whoops. Sorry. So far, so good. Perhaps we could start moving backward. Let's back up a little bit. We've inflicted enough casualties. If they're going to advance in shield wall formation, they're going to be going slower, or more slowly, I think is the proper grammatical way to say it. And then we can get in position before they get to my infantry. I'm trying to keep an eye on my cavalry. My cavalry are kicking ass, actually. And they're behaving themselves, and they're not coming over here to attack the infantry. They're very distracted by me, it seems. My cavalry formation was my real strength. This is the strength of my army. Right there. That's what we're looking at. There's a bunch of cataphracts in there. They don't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do either, because they have incompetent leadership. One of their leaders is telling, "Oh man, that horse, he kind of died in a funny way." But one of their leaders, that guy just got wrecked. Their leaders are giving them conflicting commands. One says to advance, one says to retreat. I can't decide. They're starting to get reinforcements. Alright, horse, archers, and cavalry. Get yourselves back here. My infantry and my archers want some more involvement in this. And they're coming at us in a scattered formation. They're not coming all as one big formation, so I think this one's over. I'm gonna put my infantry in shield wall. Yeah, my cavalry have just been slowly getting whittled away. They've been engaging infantry, kind of, which is not great. Don't want them to be doing that. They're focusing on one side of my shield wall. These guys are unengaged, so we're just gonna tell them to just attack. bringing my cavalry back. The archers are taking care of their cavalry. They're down to very light cavalry now. They might be retreating, actually. Or they could be going to their side of the battlefield to set up a last defense. I have very few horse archers left. I could just end it, but let the heavy cav get some kills. Let them get some revenge. Because they took the most losses, arguably. That's one of my companions. It's Vapor. Who just tried to kill me. Alright, that's enough. Only 28 dead! Only 28! That's nothing. I still feel confident that we can go get Sanala now.
Enough.
Enough.
Stop.
Stop.
I yield. Stop.
Enough.
I yield.
I give up. Still favor the legionaries. So we want to create axe warriors so we can go up to Skjalbrestur. I mean, that was an... I think we actually arrived... We arrived at the perfect time for all of that. Vapor. Getting one-handed. Combat movement speed. My son, Publius the Younger. Escape chance for prisoners in your party. That might be useful for him when I take over as him. Clan leader. 30% volunteering rate of cavalry troops in the settlements governed by your clan. It's not hard to get cavalry troops. Just go to a castle or go to the villages that are attached to a castle, and you'll get all the horse troops that you need. I'm doing this one. His combat skills are completely set. I'm gonna start throwing things into things like tactics now. See, if I don't do that, I miss somebody. My daughter. So yeah, if I bounce around to all the villages on the way back to Sanala, as long as we don't come across another Aserai army that we need to smack down. Oh yeah. There's a party in here, and I would prefer it not be in there. So I guess we could just hang around and wait for them to step away. And there he goes. Uh-oh. You are at death's door, racked by fever, drifting in and out of consciousness. The healers do not believe that you can recover. You should resolve your final affairs and determine the heir for your clan while you still have the strength to speak. I already know who my heir is going to be. See, what's going to happen is then when my character dies, upon him dying, I will get to choose another member from my clan to become my character, and I'm going to choose my son. So everything is all of my affairs are in order. But look at this. Can I get Sinala conquered before I die? Is Publius the Younger gonna take over? How old is he now? He's gonna be taking over at 32. That's a ripe age. And then if I take over as him before I get married, then I'll have more of a vested interest in finding a wife. Like I'll be more picky because it's me now. I'm not doing something for my son. I'm doing it for myself. So here we go. How old am I? See, I'm only 66. Like, I'm surprised that some of my companions have lived into their 70s. Oh, please don't go into the... You bastard. I'm running out of time here. I don't have time. There we go. $13.70. This is going to be the last thing that I do before I die, according to the game. Maybe, but you'll notice that the heart next to my HP heart is red. I'm sorry, it's green. It's not red. I need to get this done. Oh, there we go. No breaches. It's just us and the defenders. They have no siege weapons on the walls. They were trying to build a fire catapult, but they failed. This is going to be epic. This is an intense siege. The lighting conditions might not be the best, but I don't have a choice. I mean, I do have a choice, but I'm choosing for you guys to be able to... Oh, I'm choosing the best time, not necessarily to improve the ability to see what's going on. And it's not even that bad. So I guess the tower... Let me get my bearings here. One tower goes to that bastion, and then I guess this tower goes to that part of the wall right there. I'm not really sure. I have to be intelligent with my life. And I'm starting the battle with half HP. This is... It's just... the combination of a bunch of bad factors all happening at the same time. My failing health... And they have so many stretches of the wall that have no merlons. There's no crenellation, so they're just standing out in the open, so it'll be easier for my archers to get kills. Look at all the kills that we're getting. We're doing really well, actually. I know the battle just started, and but I'm choosing to be positive about this. It's a very long wall to defend. Most of my men are very high quality. This is where the legionary is going to come into his own. So this is one of the reasons why I want to get more legionaries. They'll be better at doing this. That seems like a lot of militia, doesn't it? That looks like a lot of militia. 96 defenders. But those are perfect targets for the trebuchet to hit. Those guys right there. Going up in the first wave would be suicide for me. I'd be getting myself killed. So I need the rest of these. Oh, there's Vapor going up. I see you. I need you guys to kind of lift the, to carry me. I'm just an old man. I'm an ailing man. Oh, look at that, Vapor. I just talked about you and you leveled up. I think I'm leaning towards going up one of the towers instead of going through the gate, which is what I normally do. I see you, Vapor. Alright, let's go up. And who's this going up at the same time with me? T-Nex. Me and you, man. Go. I said go. I'm not going up until you go up first. I demand that my forces take this city. Oh, Bjorn, you got a kill. I demand that my forces take this city. This is my dying wish. We're busting through the gate. There's a lot of space to move around up here. I like that. I'm not taking any chances. I don't want to fall off, so I'm just moving in a straight line, even if it takes me a minute to get to where I need to go. We're slowly making some progress. Alright, there we go. Don't push me off the wall. There we go. There's a few in a row. Look at T-Nex come over to defend me. And I'm seeing too much red in the top corner. I think that's the guy in the gatehouse dropping rocks. That's what that is. Oh, T-Nex, you're down. I don't want to stray away from the siege tower too much. Because that's where my reinforcements are coming from. Alright, I think the dam is broken. The dam is broken enough. Get the hell away from me.
Soldiers! Attack!
They should have done that on their own. I don't know why I had to give them that command. Taking out the easy targets. Bunch of archers down there. See, what's nice is that the Aserai were smart enough to put a fence on the inside of the wall so you don't fall off. Alright, I've got about 1/8 of my health left. Got a bunch of reinforcements coming up. Most of them seem to be the Nautes. I think the Legionaries mostly went up in the first wave. Oh my god. Tread carefully. I can let the men take care of that. I'm not going near that. The gatehouse is where they need me. I'm getting turned around. I'm getting swapped around. I'm not gonna drop that rock. I would go down there, but I'm alone. Stay by your men. Run the gauntlet. Run the gauntlet. Can I do it? Nope, I got stuck. Son of a bitch. Alright, it's okay. They've inflicted more wounded on us, but we've inflicted more kills on them. Look at that. Jacob just got a lot of kills. I have to do fast forward because we'll be here forever if I don't fast forward. The numbers are too high. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope that we do okay. I'm seeing a lot more green than I'm seeing red. They're basically down to their militia troops. Yeah, just judging by what their troops look like, it's just the militia. They're retreating now, maybe. Yeah, they're all too busy running. They're just letting themselves get killed, so that's a good sign. It's not over yet, but it's a sign that we're gonna be okay. There we go. That's what I want to see. And it should be over now. Retreated to the keep. I can't take part in the keep battle because I was downed. The defenders are still holding the keep. Let's auto-resolve that. Now we need to get in the city and then defend it against the people who are about to attack me, if they even try to do that. Alright, Nord warriors. Let's keep focusing on infantry as opposed to ranged. Axe warriors. Keep focusing on the legionaries. It seems to be working for us. Marauder. Take all the prisoners. And we're inside. I do have to pillage it because I promised my men, like, they didn't just do this for their... They didn't do this because they had nothing else to do with their day. They did this to make money. This is mine. The walls are still level 3, so we didn't decrease the wall level by pillaging it. So inside, there's 890 defenders. We have plenty of defenders if they decide to attack. It's up to them to decide what to do. It's up to the Aserai outside the walls to decide what to do. If they don't attack, I will attack them, because I'm just going to sit in the city and wait for my forces to recuperate, everybody to not be wounded anymore, hopefully for my health to get better, and hopefully for me to survive, if I survive at all. And then we'll engage them if they make us, but for now we're just going to chill. Just going to chillax. I didn't take any important prisoners in that. It's just generic ones. This city is super rich, though. There's so much money here. Is this the capital? Is this the capital of the Aserai Kingdom? I don't remember. It might be. So we're just gonna stand on top of the walls now that we just took it. We're just gonna stand on top of the walls and go na 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 to the guy standing outside, and hopefully that pisses them off enough that they start a siege. Ari, you're already improving your engine. You're getting straight to work. You're a learn on the job kind of guy. Hit points to rams and siege towers? Yeah. Ammunition to ranged troops when besieging. I think having more hit points for our rams and ensuring that it's more likely for them to get to the walls without getting destroyed first. Even though I try to avoid them having anything on the walls that can destroy them, but still. Bjorn, you're still alive. Vapor, didn't you level up? And now we play the waiting game. They're not going to attack. My health keeps fluctuating, and like it goes up, and then it drops down a big amount again, and then it starts going back up again. Let's manage Sanala with improved garrisons. There we go. We want the garrison to be improving passively, and I need to do this. Recruit from region, max number of troops to recruit. The loyalty in this city is probably very low, so we won't. Oh, it's not bad. But there's not much that needs to be built. It's pretty much fully built. But we will switch to festival and games just to maintain the loyalty, or just to try to keep it as high as possible. $796 men. And it's only going to improve. 417 defenders, we're fine. We can step away from it. And I like that we didn't create any breaches. They're either going for Ukba Castle or they're going for Qyaz. Actually, I have no idea. I have no idea where they went. They went in this direction. My scouting is good. Oh, here, you can see the little arrows on the map. Wow, they're one of the first times I'm utilizing this. They went this way. You can see the little arrows, thanks to my scout. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to track a huge army. I mean... To Belus Castle. They just got there. They just got there, so we have time. Time even to go to Qyaz, I'm willing to bet. Oh, no, maybe not, maybe not. Let's not press our luck. Tubila's castle refreshed some of its garrison after it was under attack that last time. So I think we still have time. They only just built the siege camp. We'll pay attention to the numbers. Peace offer from the Aserai. We'll take it after we fight this battle, because I think we're going to end the episode after this battle. And I want to give you another battle. Or maybe I should just keep playing until I die. But I'm recording at an hour and a half, so if I try to keep playing until I die, this might get long. But, and I mean, just looking at my health and judging by my health, it's gonna happen soon. Oh, now it's down to 5%. I get down to 5% before I start improving my health again. I think this is the last battle we're ever gonna fight. $184, 178, 166, 61, 57, 54, 50. Let's wait until daytime. The moment the sun comes up, I'll attack. Okay, everyone. Regardless of whether or not I die, because I'm not going to keep recording just until I die. That's such an arbitrary thing to do, and I could just last. So I'll just prepare to die at the next episode, so we're going to have a lot to do in the next episode. But this is the final battle. The final battle in this war against the Aserai. The final battle in my life. And the battle that signifies my son's rise to the throne. He's on the battlefield. He's with me. He's been with me this whole time. Learning the ropes from his good old dad. It's a chip off the old block. This is the same exact battlefield from the other one.
Troops! Attack! Soldiers! Hear me! At them!
Oh yeah, my health. Look at me. Thinking I'm a young man. I guess that's kind of good. I guess it's a way for the game to kind of prepare you. It's a way for the game to, it's like, hey, get your shit in order. Whoops, did I tell my dudes to move? I didn't mean to do that. I don't want my cavalry getting killed by infantry. So yeah, it's a good way for the game to tell you, it's like, hey man, get your shit in order, you're gonna die soon. Say your last farewells, fight your last battle.
Soldiers! Give 'em hell!
I need to take a purely command role because I need to be in command of my soldiers this whole battle. I can't get downed and let the AI take care of things because they'll take unnecessary losses. They'll win the battle. That guy was chasing me the whole time and he got what he deserved. Look how many of my archers are Palatine Guard. Pulling my cavalry over this way. I don't think I've ever heard this song before, but it's very short, so it's a little repetitive, and I have to hear the girl going at the beginning of every time we hear it.
Riders, get moving!
Or it could be an instrument. Maybe it's not a vocalist. Maybe it's not vocal. I don't know.
Cavalry! Move out!
Alright, good old-fashioned engagement. We're definitely winning the ranged battle. It's because most of my men are Palatine Guard. I like how they're just one by one sending their cavalry. What is the point of that?
Cut them down! Oh, man!
Is there any room to get my bowmen behind my infantry? There's a little bit. Oh, that's a traitorous cataphract. He's just riding around blocking low. That's he's just holding his spear down low. Horse archers, stay close. I don't trust you. Even though Arthur is the commander.
Cavalry! Move out!
Let me go scout it out, see what's happening. I thought they were continuing to engage. Oh. Was that a victory cheer? It was a victory cheer. Dude, that was way too easy. That was way too easy for a final battle. Oh, I should have checked the,
I give up.
Enough. Enough.
Enough. I give up. Enough.
I yield.
I yield.
I yield.
I yield. It doesn't matter because all those prisoners are getting released the second that we negotiate this peace agreement. Marauder. So we haven't found Bjorn's son yet. Okay, so we'll just head back to Kuyaz, and that'll be it. And we'll end the war. Since I'm about to end it, Oh, maybe I'll die right at the end here, and that's how we can end it? On my way back to... We can end the war now. The Aserai will pay almost 3,000 in tribute each day. Yes. So another victorious war. I think that was the shortest Aserai war we have ever fought. Ever. That was so short. And we got what we weren't able to get in our previous episode, even though I wanted it so badly. So we did end up getting it. So look at that. Llewellyn mentioned that if we took Sonala, we'd be right up on this... be up against this side of the river. So now we kind of have a much firmer grip on this side of the river, at least along the coast. Because, look, the Romans, when they were conquering Africa, they mostly just stuck to the coast. They didn't go super deep. I'm sure they did, like, trading and that kind of stuff went deep into Africa, but, you know, they didn't conquer all of Africa. They just conquered where they can get their ships to and stuff, so... we're following in their footsteps. So we have an important one. We got this. I think this is the capital of Aserai territory, and we took it. So now the Aserai, at least on this side of the river, have been relegated to the rugged cliffs, and they're living on Arrakis for all intents and purposes. They're living on Arrakis here. There's no water for them. Oh no, the river. This is a port settlement. Never mind. They have water. It's not Arrakis. But with that war, we got more conquest. Mare Nostrum has grown again. So the mighty have fallen. The Aserai were pretty much like Carthage. They're like Carthage, and this is the first Punic War. And we just took them out. So, fun episode. This one might end up being a longer one. Bjorn, I hope you enjoyed the beginning of this one. I thought that would be fun. Now, Tyler, I want to talk to you for a second. I'm about to die as well, but I want to go back and make sure I can confirm what your character was, because I want to create you out of the correct soldier, and I will do that. I will make sure that I create the correct soldier type, so the next time they distinguish themselves, I will recreate you, Tyler. I will create your son, so your son will be born, and you will be eligible, because once all of these second generation of my companions start coming around, they qualify for land. So I'll start vassalizing my companions, and I won't have to get vassals from other empires. I can create vassals from within my companions. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I couldn't even enter the gates of the city. I couldn't enter. On the 6th day of spring. Everything has happened in spring. I got married in spring. Like, didn't I do a bunch of other things in spring? On the 6th day of spring. Oh yeah, I joined the Aserai as a vassal in spring, I think. But there I was on my deathbed. It was at like 10 frames a second. Oh no, there it is. It's back. Why is my daughter looking down at my dead body and smiling? But here's my son. He's looking at me. Wow. Oh, hey, JCav is at my deathbed. I think this is Vapor. This is a woman. This is definitely a woman. Or maybe it's my wife. I don't know. But she has brunette hair. She's not gray. My wife would be gray. So JCav is at my deathbed. Vapor is at my deathbed. My brother is here. My son's here. And my daughter's here. Where the hell's my wife? She's probably already off banging some other dude because I'm dead. But there it is. Why do I not have blue sheets? Why are my sheets not blue? Why is everything not blue? What the hell? But I died peacefully in my toga. At the age of what, 67? So there it is. Who do I want to take over? Do I want to take over as my wife? She's still alive. No, we're taking over as my son. So what was the year? 1126 was my death. So my son, Publius the Younger, is now me. That little jingle right there kind of gives me like the Sims vibes. I just immediately thought of the Sims when I heard that music, because that's like the kind of jingle you get when something bad happens to one of your Sims. Anyway, the army's dispersed. That was actually really well timed. My son can't handle as large a party as as Publius Senior, but 360 or 352 isn't that bad. So here we go. Now I need to level people up. I'll do this behind the scenes, because behind the scenes I also need to um, do this. Or no, not this. I need to customize my character. Look, I died with a smile on my face. Publius the Elder was a member of the Roman Empire. He died of natural cause 1129 at the age of 67. It would have been funny if I had died at 69. He was reputed to be brave and generous, a good friend to have. Damn straight. So there we go. Me and Tyler died, so it's Tyler, you weren't alone, man. You weren't alone. I died with you. I died alongside you, and Bjorn outlived me. Alright, so I've got a lot to do. How do I edit my character? Hold on, I want to figure this out. Oh, it's V. I was pressing the wrong button. So the first thing is my son is getting plastic surgery. He can keep his green eyes. I like his green eyes. It's unique. He can keep his green eyes, but we're giving him plastic surgery. I'm minimizing the size of that nose because that is just way too big. He's gonna grow. He's gonna have a growth spurt at 30 or whatever age he is, and then I'll mess with him, and he'll be a much better looking dude the next time you see him. He'll be jacked. Alright, lords and ladies, I'm going to wrap this one up here. I'm going on almost 2 hours on OBS. It's going to be a little shorter than that for you guys, but really, really fun episode. Bjorn, I hope you enjoyed the beginning here. I know I enjoyed this one. This is a really fun one. I'm stuttering too much. A very... What's the word I'm looking for? A historic episode for the series. Because it's been a change in leadership. My son is the king now, or my son is the emperor, and he has to prove himself to you. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Let's get inside the city. That's going to do it for today, lords and ladies. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that thumbs up button down below. Leave your comments down below as well. I still need clan names from some of my companions. I need you guys to leave a comment and let me know what you want your clan name to be. Bjorn already got back to me and let me know, but for the rest of you, you need to get back to me. I mean, I hope some of you are still watching. It's okay if you're not, but just respond if you can. But anyway, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Episode 22 will be coming at you soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.